Hey everybody, welcome back to BigRedEDC. We've got another petrified fish to check out. This is the Simum, S-I-M-U-M. Petrified fish keeps pumping out some really, honestly, very good knives at a very good price. And you know what? This is no different. There's a lot of good things I'm going to talk about this knife, and one that I'm still the jury's still out on, I'll be perfectly honest with you. But let's just take a look real quick. We'll get to all that good stuff. But they're Micarta. I tell you what, Petrified Fish has some of the best sourced micarta out there. I have really liked the micarta. Now, I can't really tell if this is the flax micarta that I like so much. It kind of feels like it, but I really like the texture and the feel of this micarta. It kind of feels like the flax, that was the 949X. That was really my first experience with it, but man, I really like the feel of this micarta. I like micarta to begin with, but man, some are just better than others, and this is one of the better ones I've felt. You do have a lanyard hole there, very good. Lefties, sorry, it's not lefty friendly. It is a deep carry clip. Not any we don't have recessed screws, but we have low profile, we'll kind of call them. No issues in and out of pocket or anything like that. But no lefty love. I'm sorry, but definitely deep carry. Absolutely deep carry. You've got sort of a micarta backspacer there. You can kind of see you've got those milled spots in there to kind of make it look a little different. That's kind of cool. It gives it a little pop. And what we're talking about, maybe, I don't know, 25, 30% coverage there. Mostly open though, but very cool. Now this handle shape, we're definitely going to be talking about that. Now you do have a little bit of pop of color around that pivot collar. The pivot collar is nice. I like that. It kind of offsets that black. Now there are two versions of this. There's black and there's a, what do they call it? Khaki micarta. It's a tan micarta, but I like this black, and it's got kind of that distressed look, which I like. Now you've got the flipper tab. It does have some jimping. I mean, the jimping's pretty much there for looks, honestly, which it is in a lot of flippers. Doesn't necessarily help on the grip of the thumb, but it's there. Deten's pretty darn good on this one. Yeah, deten's pretty all right. Now, as you can see, the flipper is really your only means of deployment. It is a dropper running on caged ceramic bearings. Definitely a dropper. Gotta be careful. Action's pretty nice, but like I said, that deten's pretty well set. But there you go. Now you've got this pretty, I don't know, the trailing point blades are kind of growing on me, to be honest with you. Never really been a big fan of them, but I don't know, I've seen some, I guess I'm just seeing more of them on some really nice knives, and it's kind of growing on me, but it's got a nice fuller in there. K110 is the blade steel on this one. There you go, the PFP06 K110. But the Simum is the name. It's an interesting name. Simum, okay. But all right, let's get some specs. We'll check it out, see where we're sitting. And then, of course, we'll do our comparisons and all that good stuff. We definitely got some things to talk about on this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Pretty much an 8-inch knife, which is nice. You're going to have about a 4.5-inch handle, which is going to give you about a 3.5-inch blade. Your blade length, or your cutting edge, is going to be 3.25, right about. And then your grip length from point to point is pretty much 4 inches. So it's got a decent amount of grip, and as you can see in my 3.75-inch hand, I definitely have some room left over. So decent size to it, absolutely. So all right, what do we got here? PM2 size comparison, fairly equal, pretty darn equal as a matter of fact. We're pretty close. That is a really good overall length size comparison there. The handle on the PM2 might be a little bit longer. And then, there's a bug out right here. Obviously, this one, the bug out's going to be a little bit smaller than, so overall, pretty much PM2 size and overall length. We'll get a weight on it. It does have a little bit of weight to it. Nothing major, but it's got a little bit of heft. It's not bad. 4.2 or 120 grams. Now, our carry. Carry's great. You've got that nice lip there. Plenty of ramp. Definitely deep carry. It just disappears. No worries there. But we're going to talk about that clip a little bit. Ergonomically, I really like the way this knife fills my hand with that kind of swell there in the handle. And then it kind of narrows out towards the back, but it really feels good. Where I'm thrown off is that pocket clip. And that kind of bums me out when I'm talking about a petrified fish, because we've seen and we've talked about petrified fish, how they do some of their pocket clips is fantastic. I love the way they do some of their pocket clips because they actually come in here and the pocket clip is actually mounted, pardon me, in between the scale and like the back spacer there, or even the liner, the scale and the liner. This clip, I think because the knife kind of narrows out there in the handle, is it bad? No, not really, but it feels a little off to me. That's the best way I can put it. It feels a little off. Now, it's not bad. It's not bad. If I bear down on it, I can feel this. Well, you can kind of see there where it's pushing against my hand because it's long. It's a pretty long clip. So it's kind of past that point in my hand where it fits kind of in that groove there and it pushes on the meat of my hand. So, I mean, and that's if I'm bearing down. We got to take that into consideration. But the trailing point blade, as far as cutting when I'm doing rope and that type of thing, especially with this one being, 3.5, 3.25 on the cutting edge, very good. It slices through rope, all the ropes that I use very well, and I like that a lot. So that's kind of why I'm digging this knife, is because I would see this more. This is a knife that I would take to work with me and definitely use it at work. Obviously some of the smaller like Finch knives, the shorter blades and stuff like that, they don't really work in all aspects. This knife does. It definitely does, and it definitely does what I need it to do as far as work goes. So if it's going to work for me doing that, it's going to do any of my daily EDC tasks without any problem at all. The other thing is the jimping. I mean, for me, it's there for looks. I mean, my thumb is out past the jimping. Is it a big deal? No, it's not. I can get a good grip. I don't have any worries. I've got a good landing spot for my thumb. No issues there. Choking up? Yeah. I personally probably would not. Just because even if I'm triggering, I'm squeezing back on that flipper tab and my finger is still right there on the corner of that blade. So choking up for me, probably not an option. So for those of you with larger hands, like I said, I do have some room left over. So if you like to be able to choke up on a knife, maybe not an option for you. Something to think about, something to do. Otherwise, the quality of the build and everything like that, there's nothing wrong with it. The build is great. Love the Micarta. The blade works for me in pretty much all aspects of what I want it to do. The pocket clip, yeah. I mean, see, that's where I'm at with it. Sometimes I'll grab it and I'll be like, okay, it's okay. And then other times I'll grab it and I'll be like, all right, I feel it a little bit more than I want to. That's why I said I'm kind of wishy-washy on the pocket clip, not the knife. I like the knife. The pocket clip, I might have to find, try to find a different clip to work on it, possibly. And I know my lefty friends out there, I'm sorry, it's not lefty friendly. I get it. I wish. And on my Micarta, I don't know why it couldn't be. I mean, it does have a little bit of a curve to it, as you see there. So that kind of rules it out. If they put more of a straight clip on it, you could make it lefty friendly without really much. Personally, I think all Micarta and G10 knives should be lefty friendly. FRN, whatever, that type of, they should be. That's just my opinion. It makes it more versatile, makes it more universal to all people. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's just me. But overall, the Simus, not a bad knife. Simum, excuse me. Simum is not bad. It's just, there's a couple of little nitpicks with it. You know, I don't see why it couldn't be lefty friendly. And the pocket clip, God, it just depends on how I grab it. Really, yeah. Yeah, other than that, the build quality, God, I love the Micarta. The Micarta is awesome. You know, and to be perfectly honest with you, that Micarta liking that Micarta so much, kind of makes me forgive the pocket clip a little bit. I'll be perfectly honest with you. That's kind of how I see it, you know? So, you know, obviously, you'd have to make that decision for yourself. As always, I tell you what I like about the knife, what I don't like about the knife. It's up to you from there, guys. But the build quality, the usability, it's there without a doubt. So, really appreciate you guys checking it out with me today. The Petrified Fish PFP06 Simum. And this guy sells for $48. $48.99, excuse me, $49. $48.99. Petrified Fish makes some really good knives for a pretty awesome price. So that, yeah, not bad at all. So thanks so much, guys. Really appreciate you stopping by. Christmas is next couple of days, guys. Hope you have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. And as always, like, subscribe, leave me that comment. You know I love talking to you. Until next time, I'll talk to y'all later, guys. Bye-bye.